Om Sahana Vavatu
Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Parthaya
Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Puranamuna Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritaparshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amgatvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Rayanti Yam Samaga Jnanavasthitatatgatena manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam na vidusurasuraganah Devaya tasmai namaha Devaya tasmai namaha.
We saw how from verses 31 to 38 Lord Krishna is advising Arjuna from the standpoint of what is to be done for him in this world as a person who is a warrior. From the standpoint of, in other words, Swadharma. Swadharma means what? That is that which is one's duty, which has to be done. And so that is what he says in 31, and we say, and he says that okay, I don't want to do Swadharma, that's not an option. Not doing Swadharma incurs Papa. How can not doing something attract a result? We already saw in the example, not taking bath, not washing clothes attracts results. So, not doing something also has results. We have seen that. And so, what is the result? The result is that you won't have any friends. Nobody will sit next to you. Drishtaphala. And Adrishta is also there because Shaucham, cleanliness of the body and of the mind are very important values. And so, if the body is neglected, if one's own room is neglected, things start to pile up, then you won't be able to, nobody will be able to live with you, and you are not able to live with yourself either. And so, like this, Akarane pratyavaya, again that word itself will be used. Pratyavaya dosha, the fallacy, dosha of not doing nitya karma. What is to be done is not being done. And if what is to be done is not being done, then what happens? What is to be done is not being done, then what happens? What is not to be done is being done. That's what, if I'm doing what if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, what will I do? I will do what I am not supposed to do. And so, Continuing on the same vein, a few more verses are there. Let us do that. 35. Bhayadranaduparatam Mamsyante tvam maharathaah Yesham cha tvam bahumatah Bhutva yasyasi laghavam Avajyavadamscha bahun Vadishyanti tavahitaah Nindantastava samarthyam Tato dukkatarannu kim Hato va prapsyasi svargam Jitva va bhoksyase mahim Tasmaduttishta kaunteya Yuddhaya krita nischayah Sukha dukkhe same kritva Labhalabhau jaya jayau Tato yuddhaya yujyasva Naivam papamavapsyasi Verse 35 we have seen Bhayad ranad uparatam mamsyante Tava ahitaha Your ill wishers will think that you ran away not as a sacrifice. But why? Because you were afraid. Out of fear, you left the battlefield. That's what everybody is going to think, because why any warrior worth his weight in salt will never leave the battlefield. Will die or be victorious. Only two options in those days. You either die fighting or you become victorious and you win and you are alive. That's all. And so here somebody is running away. This is not something that happens. If it happens, that means they are afraid. It's not that they are running away to make room for Duryodhana. And Duryodhana owns the press. Correct? Yeah, he is the king. He owns the media. He owns ancient Twitter. And he owns ancient Facebook. And he owns, what else is there? Ancient Instagram. Ancient TikTok. He's going to advertise on ancient TikTok. What is he going to say? Arjuna is really TikTok. And that's why he ran away. Arjuna doesn't like to stand in front of great warriors. He was afraid. You know what? We saw him slumped in the chariot. Krishna had to take a hanky and revive him. He had fainted. Every foot soldier is going to say he had fainted because I just looked at him. I looked at him and twirled my mustache and he fainted at the sight of me. This is what is going to be said. Everybody is going to spit at you. Every mother is going to tell her child, please do me a favor. My child, do not be like Arjuna when you grow up. That's all I ask. You can dye your hair green, doesn't matter. And confuse the people whether the trees have started to move in Kali Yuga. Doesn't matter. But do not become like Arjuna. No matter what you do. Avajyavadamscha bahun vadanti. Avajyavada means Lord Krishna says, you know, I'm Ishvara. I'm not, I can only say so much. I'm not allowed to utter four-letter words of curses. I'm not allowed to utter curse words. Avachya means this is beyond my vocabulary. I can't indulge in this kind of talk that they will indulge about you, that I can clearly see. Nindantah tava samarthyam, they will critique your abilities, your prowess, and then what? Tato dukkhatarandukam. What else is more sad than that? There is nothing more sad than that. They will just all say he ran away out of fear, and then all the subjects will be upset. They will also try to belittle you because the subjects, the praja, will be upset. Why will the subjects be upset? The subjects will be upset because you have subjected them to Duryodhana, continued tyrant, tyrannical king. That's why. So then he says, look, the choices with you are very clear. You will either die, hataha, upon dying. If dead, hataha, hatova, if you die, then what? Prapsyasi swargam. You will gain swarga. You will gain heaven. You will go directly to heaven. This is to counter Arjuna's feeling, I'm going to do papa if I fight. Remember he said that in the first chapter? So here he says, no, that you are misinformed. In fact, you will gain wonderful punya. You will go straight to the arms of Lord Indra in Indraloka. Indra will say shabash and give you a big bungalow. Where? In heaven. So you will have your own lawn. You will have your own people who take care of the bungalow, clean it and keep it spick and span, and you will have whatever you want in heaven. Jitvava, suppose you win and you are alive. Bhokshyase mahim, mahim bhokshyase. You will enjoy the whole kingdom. Mahi here is earth, but earth means kingdom. You will enjoy an unrivaled, unparalleled kingdom for which you are the rightful heir. You will enjoy a kingdom. And then, then what will happen? So then you will, tasmat, therefore, uttishtha kaunteya, darling boy, get up. Get up. Why did he ask him to get up? He was seated in the chariot. He had slumped and sunk into the chariot. Therefore, he is asked to get up. Get up and do what? Yuddhaya kritanishchaya. Kritanishchaya. After having resolved to fight, please get up. Please don't stay in this position. Not very nice. Please get up. And then, now here, verse number 38 has the seeds of Karma Yoga. Beautiful verse, and that which is going to come next is discussion of Karma Yoga. Very nice. So, Sukha Dukkhe, Sukham cha, Dukkham cha, Sukha Dukkhe. Dual. Why? Because Sukha and Dukkha both are there. Two. Sukha Dukkhe Same Kritva. Having an attitude of equanimity with regard to what? Sukha and Dukkha. What is Sukha? Sorrow. Am I right? No. Just checking to see if people are awake and have had their tea, etc. Okay? Yeah. Sukha means happiness. Dukkha means sorrow. So be the one for whom the two are equal. That's why I got confused, because the Gita is asking us to make them both equal. Make them both one and the same. Equanimity. Have equanimity with regard to Sukha, with regard to Dukkha. And similarly, have equanimity with regard to Labha. Labha means gain. Lottery ticket. Yippee, I won. And then what? Oh, one number was wrong. It's all gone. Dukkha. Sukha, dukkha. Labha and then alabha. Gain, and what is the opposite of gain? Loss. Loss. Gain and loss. Jaya, victory. Ajaya or parajaya means defeat. So, with regard to these 6 things, sukha, dukkha, labha and loss, jaya and defeat, jaya victory, parajaya defeat. This is how you must be. And here, why is it called the seeds of Karma Yoga? It is called, this verse is called, known as the seeds of Karma Yoga, because usually these 6 things are the motivators for karma and how we greet karma phala. I don't do things for the sake of those things. I do things for the sake of sukha. Nobody is in their right mind does things for the sake of dukkha. Nobody does for the sake of dukkha. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to be comfortable. All actions are to increase comfort. Even coming to an ashram, wearing white clothes and sleeping in a room that might be not as comfortable as where you came from. It's all for the sake of what? Finding ultimate comfort in the knowledge that you are free. If this knowledge was not there, no one will come to the ashram. Correct? Just for the sake of putting the body through all kinds of difficulties and having a disciplined life. Nobody for what? Disciplined life for what? Wake up at 5 o'clock for what? And do this, don't eat that for what? So there is a purpose here. There is a greater purpose, and that greater purpose is to be achieved by giving up a few things, by making the heart and the mind disciplined. So nobody does anything just for the sake of doing. Everybody does things for what? For the sake of making life more comfortable. Everybody is a karma phala hog. Means one is oriented towards karma phala, not karma. Karma phala only. So you make your bed in order to sleep. You cook in order to eat. And then you come to the ashram in order to gain moksha. So like this, we are used to doing things for the sake of a motive. And if we analyze the motive, and those motives are twofold. For fulfilling something called raga, strong preferences are called raga. And then something called dvesha, strong prejudices, strong dislikes are called dvesha. Here, starting here and all over the Gita, you will find a very beautiful psychological analysis called the Raga Dvesha psychology. Because, and very beautifully it is described in the Bhagavad Gita, whatever one wants to do is because of what? Raga. There is a motive. I want this, that, therefore I am doing this. I want to make my life comfortable, that's why I am doing this. You want a job, why? Because I want my life to be comfortable. Or I want a sense of security by knowing that there is some money in the bank. It's not really, you never see the money. You just see a slip of paper with the bank balance and you have to believe that it is there. That's what makes one feel somewhat secure for 5 minutes. And then that is all raga. Going shopping, raga. No, but maybe people go shopping because they need things. Yes, but when they go shopping, they buy Few things they need, and a whole lot of things they do not need also come home with them. That's how we know it is a raga activity. Certain things are done out of a sense of dvesha. I hate this, and in order to avoid this, I am going to not do this, because doing this will bring this on. What are the objects of dvesha, starting with one's own body? Grey hair, objects of dvesha. What else? Wrinkles, object of dvesha. Color of skin, unfortunately, object of dvesha. So many things, object of dvesha. Aging, object of dvesha. Old age, object of dvesha. Death, object of dvesha. Disease, object of dvesha. I have to keep all these at bay, far away from me. And for that sake, what do? I take up jogging. Jog, jog, jog. Nothing wrong, but I'm just telling you how everything one does is for raga and dvesha fulfillment. Here, Arjuna is being asked to do the impossible. The very motive which has been ingrained in you all along, that you have to do this because of what you will get, what you love, or you will keep at bay what you hate. Don't have those criteria anymore. Don't do anything for the sake of raga. Don't do anything for the sake of keeping things at bay. Dvesha. Oh, so that means I can go to bed. Nothing to do. No. Do it for some other purpose. Arey, just now I said this is the purpose. To fulfill my raga is one purpose. To keep the things that annoy me at a distance, whether it's a person or a place or a thing, I keep them at a distance. That is my purpose. No, that is not your purpose. Then what is the purpose? There is a higher vantage point. There is a purpose that is higher than just going along with the shallow level likes and dislikes, preferences and prejudices, how they make you act. Because you become a puppet in the hands of raga dvesha. They hold the strings and they are making you dance like a puppet show. You are dancing in response to them. Raga dvesha is nothing but desire. Desires that create a pressure to be fulfilled. That is called raga dvesha. It's not just ordinary desire. Oh, it would be nice to go to such and such a temple. Well, I can't go because it's raining. All right, no problem. After the rain stop, I'll see. I'll go at that time. Oh, but that time also I'm not free. I'll go next year. This is not a difficult raga. This kind of a desire is not causing problems, is not making you into a dancing puppet. This is one kind of desire. I want to write a book. Nice desire, write. Oh, but I have writer's block. Right now I'm not able to write. Okay, no problem. I'll come back to it later. Or I want to go do this. Well, right now it's not possible. Okay, next time we'll see. This is not a bad desire. This is not a binding desire because it does not create pressure. It does not create pressure for it to be fulfilled. And so therefore, we are talking of binding desires. Desires that are very deep-rooted core desires. I have to have this for a sense of self. I have to be accomplished. I have to be a winner always. Why do you have to be a winner? I hate to lose. Why? Everybody will make fun of me. So what? Everybody has to lose once in a while. Everybody cannot be a winner all the time. But there is a pressure to fulfill. That pressure, the pressure-ridden desires are called raga dvesha. Strong preferences, strong prejudices which have to be fulfilled, which you fulfill out of a sense of impulse rather than any kind of a, just a freedom. There is no freedom. You have become enslaved in this. So here, those kinds of desires one should learn to disengage from. I won't use the word detached because Atma is already detached, it's never attached. Disengage from those desires which have got you like an octopus. You know octopus? The whole animal is just tentacles. And that octopus is kind of caught you. Slowly disentangle from those kinds of desires which have caught you. And it's very, very clear Arjuna is totally caught in those kinds of desires. So therefore, he says, I don't feel like fighting. Raga. I hate to kill my own people. Dvesha. I love Duryodhana. Raga. I love Bhishma. I have a lot of respect. Raga. I hate this war. Dvesha. It's very clear that what is motivating him to fight is what? Raga and Dvesha. What is motivating him not to fight, rather, is Raga and Dvesha. And so, this kind of a life is a no-brainer life, in the sense that it belongs to people who do not people, it belongs to be entities, beings who do not have a human mind, i.e., animals. Animals lead a life of Raga Dvesha. You are just going about your business, dog comes and bites. Why should it bite? From Dvesha, it got ticked off somehow. You were just minding your own business. It just came out of the way and bit. Or who knows, some karma. Last life, you were the dog. Possible. And so like this, something happens. Donkey feels like kicking. It kicks. Nice kick it gave. Sadhu happened to be standing behind the donkey. Will you blame the donkey or the sadhu? You will definitely blame the sadhu. You will say, what's wrong with you? Why are you standing behind the donkey? You won't blame the donkey. Why did you kick? It felt like kicking. It didn't see who it was and it doesn't recognize the color orange. We don't even know whether the animals see color or not, first of all. It just felt like kicking, gave a nice kick. But Arjuna, you are a human being. You are not a donkey, you are not a monkey, you are not a cat, you are not a dog. They can do whatever they want. But you don't have that. You don't have that kind of a bondage with regard to action. Animals are more or less programmed. In other words, the donkey has the freedom to kick, but it does not have the free will to not kick. This is a very big thing. It has the freedom to kick, but it does not have the freedom not to kick. So life of Raga Dvesha is an animalistic life. Because they don't know dharma. They cannot follow dharma. They cannot curb their desires. They cannot overcome binding desires. They cannot do any of these things. And so therefore, for them this is okay. But for you, there is a higher vantage point because you cannot go spinning like a top in the hands of the Raga and Dvesha. You cannot do that. You absolutely cannot do that. You can't spin like a top in the hands of Raga and Dvesha. You cannot become a puppet. First thing to do, first point of Karma Yoga is mastery over strong Raga Dveshas. That's the first point. Therefore, samatvam, and later on he is going to say the first definition of karma yoga is samatvam yoga iti uchyate. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Equanimity with regard to the results of action. Whatever comes, I learn to take it as prasada from Ishvara. So this is why there are the saplings of karma yoga in this verse. Sukha dukkhe labha labhau jaya jayau, with reference to victory, defeat, with reference to loss and gain, with reference to success, failure, siddha siddhau, siddha siddhyau, and then with reference to also one more thing. What is that? Sukha and dukkha, happiness and sorrow. Samatvam, have equanimity, same kritva. Make the two outcomes equal. Go beyond caring whether you lose or win. Go beyond caring whether this war is causing you joy or sorrow. Go beyond caring whether this war is going to cause a loss or going to result in gain. Tato yuddhaya yujyasva. Get ready for this war. Na evam papam avapsyasi. In this way you can escape accruing papa. And then, that is the 38th verse. And then in the next verses, he talks about the need, because it is not easy to give up raga dvesha, because they have been there lifelong. Sometimes even past life raga dveshas have been coming, carried in the sukshma sharira. Sukshma sharira is a plane that carries raga dvesha without charging excess baggage fees. If at the time of death one were to say, I have another suitcase of raga dvesha that I want to bring on, no problem. What is the charge? Free. Bring it on. As many ragas and as many dveshas as possible, please bring it on. And that's what happens. That's why even a small 5-month-old baby, you can see that it has very well developed likes and dislikes. You put something in its mouth, 6 months old, you start to feed it some solid food, and then it just spits it out from the side. You keep feeding it from one side, from another side it's coming out. Certain other dishes you give, it enjoys. Where did this come from? Past life. So the raga dvesha orientation as a motivation for action is very, 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 very strong. That being the case, you have to withdraw. You have to withdraw from the raga dveshas. Don't give them the time of day, and disengage your actions from raga dvesha fulfillment, and that is the beginning of karma yoga. Now Lord Krishna is going to take a little bit of a detour and describe how there is a difference between karma yoga, doing karma for the sake of antahkarana shuddhi, inner growth, spiritual growth, emotional maturity. Antahkarana, karanam means antah, that which is within, mind, heart, etc. Antahkaranam. And then antahkarana shuddhi. Shuddhi means cleansing, cleaning the antahkarana. Why should the antahkarana be cleaned? Because it is a forest of raga dveshas. Where even if Ishvara were to give darshan, you won't even be able to make it out. It's dark like a forest, and the foliage, the trees and all are growing wild. Snakes are there in the form of dveshas. And then so many things are there, raga, dveshas, self-doubt is there, fear is there, sorrow is there. All these are the prasada of raga, dvesha. So the forest has to be pruned in order for Ishvara to be understood as the truth of oneself. It's not that when the forest is pruned and cleared and clean, then Ishvara will come and sit. No. Ishvara is already sitting there, and that clearing will show you that you are not separate from the Lord who is sitting in the heart. So Karma Yoga is the soap for the heart and the mind. It's the soap that cleanses the heart, rids the heart of strong preferences and strong prejudices, making it worthy of this knowledge. Without Karma Yoga, no knowledge. No knowledge at all. We can kiss the self-knowledge, Atma Jnanam, leading to moksha. Goodbye without Karma Yoga. Oh, but how did this sage go about getting the knowledge? They never did Karma Yoga. Ramana Maharshi is referred to, so many other Mahatmas are referred to. Those are exceptions. They did the Karma Yoga in the last life. Do not quote exceptions. As a rule, what is there we have to see, and we have to go with that. Okay? And so, this is the Karma Yoga. And so, now he is going to take a little detour and describe what is this life of Raga Dvesha fulfillment and where does it lead to. Esha te bhihita sankhye.
Esha te vihita sankhye.
Buddhir-yoge tvimam shruno.
Buddhir-yoge tvimam shruno.
Buddhya yukto yaya partha.
Buddhya yukto yaya partha.
Karma bandham prahasyasi.
Karma bandham prahasyasi.
Esha sankhye buddhi. Sankhye esha sankhye buddhi te abhihita. Abhihita was given to you, was told to you. What was told to you? Esha, this buddhi, this knowledge of Sankhya. Sankhya not in Sankhya Darshana. Pradhana, Prakriti, all these things will be there in that Sankhya philosophy. That is not being talked about here. Originally, Sankhya means Samyak Khyayate iti Sankhya. So that which is well understood, that is Vedanta, is called Sankhya. That's why this chapter also at the end we will see is called Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga. Yoga here means topic. So the topic is Sankhya. Sankhya means from the standpoint of Vedanta, from the verses 11 to 16 describe the nature of the Atma, and from 16 to 30 we saw a extension, an expansion of what was set in the course that was set from verses 11 to 16, and from 30, so up till 30. From 16 to 30 was the expansion of the topics of how Atma is free of death, Atma is free of change, Atma is free of everything. We saw that. Now, Buddhir Yoga, now with reference to the Yoga Buddhi, Karma Yoga, Imam Shrino. Now listen to Karma Yoga. Why? Because it was very clear that Arjuna still had some karma to do, and besides, Arjuna was not ready to renounce everything and go, which is the first path. The path of Jnanam is the path of knowledge, which is accompanied by renunciation. Whether that renunciation is formal or informal, it doesn't matter. That whether formally one takes sannyasa or internally one is renounced, it doesn't matter. But some form of renunciation is required to go on Kevala Jnana Marga, on the road of knowledge only. All I am going to do is study. So now you are having a 6-month little stint into the jnana path. This is a little experiment. So this is what, if you can imagine somebody's life like this all the time, that person is on the path of what is called jnana yoga. And if you say, OMG, let me out of this right now, can't handle it, then the next option is continuing to pursue this knowledge while at the same time fulfilling other desires. This is what is called Karma Yoga. So he says, up till now Sankhya Yoga has been given. Up till now I have taught you Vedanta. I have taught you the nature of Atma. I have taught you everything. Now listen to Karma Yoga. Equipped with which? Yaya Yuktaha. Equipped with which buddhi? With which kind of knowledge? Buddhi here is knowledge of Karma Yoga. Karma bandham prahasyasi. Karma eva bandhaha. Karma bandhaha. You will be free of the shackles of karma. Shackles of karma means what? Karma bhala. All the shackles of karma will be gone. This is what he says. Now, Karma Yoga is presented both in the Upanishads and in the Bhagavad Gita as an indirect means for gaining the knowledge. What is the direct means? Shravanam. Listening to the knowledge. Shravanam gives jnanam. Shravanam is the means and moksha is the end. Jnanam is the means. So, Shravanam, for the sake of jnanam, direct means of knowledge. Shravanam. Shravanam, Shravanam, Shravanam. That's all. And then what else? More Shravanam. And then what? Some more Shravanam. And then what? And by that time, next Wednesday will come holiday. This is what it is. Shravanam, Shravanam, Shravanam all the way. Then why do I need Karma Yoga? Karma Yoga helps in Shravanam. Otherwise, instead of Shravanam, what will happen? Sleepanam will come. You sit there and you think you are listening, and then nice sleep. And then suddenly chanting starts. Esha te bhita sankhye. When you wake up. So this is exactly what happens. So therefore, also if not sleep is called laya. Two kinds of distractions are there in the class. One is called laya. Laya means sleep. Another one is vikshepa. Vikshepa is distraction. Wonder what's for dinner tonight. Or wonder what I will do. Is it still raining outside? Well, looking to this window, it's very bright. So the sun has come. I wonder if it will be hot. Should I go for a walk or should I not? And by that time, the Tattvamasi knowledge has already been given. Okay? So this is Laya and Vikshepa. So Laya and Vikshepa happen because of two different reasons again. One is Chitta Ashuddhi, Antahkarana Ashuddhi. The Antahkarana that is chock filled with Raga and Dvesha is called Chitta Ashuddhi. And then the next one is Chitta Chanchalata. When the Chittam, the mind, the heart, keeps leapfrogging, that's what it's called, leapfrogging. Like a frog, going from one lily pad to another, jumping. The mind also jumps, goes here, goes there, totally distracted. So how to deal with this mind that has these two fallacies? It cannot concentrate, and then so Nischalata is not there. It is keeping on moving all the time. It cannot concentrate. It cannot focus on the knowledge. Even when the knowledge is given by Lord Brahmaji himself, the Vikshepa takes place, or it cannot have focus, and it cannot have clarity of purpose. Chitta Shuddhi is not there. Raga Dveshas have taken over. So the raga for the knowledge is superseded by the raga for many other things. So the raga for everything in life overtakes the desire for the knowledge, and so the knowledge remains a low-lying priority. All the other priorities in the form of raga dvesha have got this person in their hold, and then there is no possibility. This is chitta ashuddhi, filled with and motivated by raga dveshas. So the knowledge is cast off. Last minute priority, last priority. If nothing else works, then I will try. The person doesn't even try. Even if you catch hold of them and bring them here, you get somebody, you go for a walk, and then get somebody, and then say, in our ashram we are studying about Atma Jnanam, please come. Maybe they like you and they see you as a potential friend. Maybe because of you they will even come and sit. But they will not have a good time. They will just say, oh my God. But then you propose something else. You propose other things. Let's go here. Let's have that, what is that called? Pani Puri. Let's have some chaat. Let's have this. For that they are very ready. And so here, this is the difference between karma and karma yoga. Karma one is doing all the time. To make karma into yoga, one thing is, and one thing alone is needed, clarity of purpose. What will this give me? If this is not clear, one can never commit to a life of knowledge. The priorities will be all over the place. But again, this does not mean karma bandham prahasyasi, means you will take away the shackles of karma. Oh, so karma yoga is one path. You do jnana yoga, I will do karma yoga. What is wrong with this argument? They are not two parallel paths. They are not two parallel paths. One cannot be accomplished without the other. Jnana or Jnana Yoga cannot be accomplished without Karma Yoga. Jnana Yoga is dependent upon mastery of Karma Yoga. Definitely. Without Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga cannot be pursued. Karma Yoga gives a certain freedom from Raga Dveshas. We will see why tomorrow in detail. And then Karma Yoga prepares the heart, prepares the mind, and makes it focused. And then knowledge comes and sits and wants a cup of tea because it's not going away, it's going to stay. And that is something which is wonderful. But in an unprepared mind, if you put the knowledge, what will happen? It will just go through, that's all. One brahmachari, this is a story that Pujya Swamiji used to tell from the 70s. One brahmachari went to the house of a lady because he wanted some, what is that called? Some kindling. Kindling, what is that? Coal. Hot coal, live coals. He wanted it to cook something. So then the lady said, definitely I'll give you, what did you bring? And he took out yesterday's newspaper and said, put it in this Bhagavad, put it in this. And she said, are you out of your mind? And he said, no, it's the Sunday edition, it is fat. And I live close by, I will take it. This is not the correct receptacle to hold the live coals. Similarly, the live coals of knowledge cannot be held in the mind that is full of holes, like Swiss cheese. This cheese is a cheese full of holes. More holes than cheese. Okay? Yeah. And so, full of holes. Full of all kinds of things which are taking you, catching you, dragging you this way and this that way. And so, what will you study? What will you do? So, karma yoga and jnana yoga are not parallel paths. It's like saying, shall I finish high school or shall I go for a PhD? Where is the comparison? They are not two parallel paths. Without finishing high school, you will not even know how to say PhD. You have to finish high school. Ideally, you have to go finish college also, 4 years of college, then you can think about PhD. Karma Yoga is high school, Jnana Yoga is PhD. It's a prerequisite to Jnana. There is nothing else. And so, therefore, this is the difference between karma and karma yoga. Karma is for raga dvesha fulfillment, karma yoga is for inner growth. And so, he points out what happens to people who have a life of kevalam karma, only karma. He will point that out later, vyavasayatmika buddhi. So, here, next one. Neha bhikramanashosti
नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति
प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य
स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य
त्रायते महतो भयात्
त्रायते महतो भयात्
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
बहुशाखा ह्यनन्ताश्च
बहुशाखाह्यनन्ताश्च
बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्.
बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्.
So here he says, praising Karma Yoga. This is all a praise of Karma Yoga, these two verses 39 and 40, to make Karma Yoga attractive for Arjuna and for the rest of us to follow. So, first he says, Karma bandham prahasyasi, you will let go of the shackles of karma. Karma is not the bandha here, raga dvesha are the bandha. So, the raga dvesha bandhana goes away. The bonds of raga dvesha tying you to do karma go away because of karma yoga. Further, neha. Neha is not a name of a girl here. Na iha. Na iha. Not here. Abhikramanashaha asti. Abhikramanashaha means something that gets destroyed as soon as it started. Wasted effort is called abhikramanashaha. Here means in the context of karma yoga, there is no wasted effort. Pratyavayaha na vidyate. What is pratyavayaha? Omissions. Omissions is not there. In a ritual, if you omit one step, what is the step? Dakshina to the priest is omitted. That in fact, that one is the one thing you must never omit, okay? But that is omitted. I forgot to give dakshina. And then what will happen? All the punya gained will not be fructified. No punya is gained from the result, from the karma. So like this, pratyavaya. Pratyavaya is not just in the ritual sense, it's also in the sense of, let's say one is sick and the doctor prescribes 5 days of antibiotics. 2 times a day you have to take. After the second day you feel better. And then what do? You give it up. This is called pratyavaya. In fact, you are feeding the bacteria and making them immune if you don't take the whole course. And so they learn to survive along with the antibiotic and they become what is called antibiotic resistant. And so therefore you have to take the whole course, not taking the whole course in the Laukika sense, in the everyday sense, that is also Pratyavaya. In Karma Yoga, there is no Abhikramanasha. Ayyo, I did Karma Yoga yesterday, but it was wasted. It is not wasted. And then Pratyavayo na vidyate means supposing I forgot Karma Yoga, all about Karma Yoga for another day. Will there be a consequence? No. There is no problem with giving it up. By chance you forgot, you were not in your best place, you gave it up, and there is no problem at all. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya, swalpamapi asya dharmasya, even a slight recourse to Karma Yoga, even thinking about Karma Yoga 2-3 times a day protects you from fear and sorrow. Trayate mahato bhayat trayate. That is true. Karma Yoga means you are going along with Dharma. We'll see more what it is tomorrow. We'll see how it is so beautiful. You are going along with Dharma. So there is no conflict. There is no fear. When you go along with Dharma, there is no fear at all. So Swalpamapi, even a little bit of Karma Yoga, inoculates you. It's like wearing a kavacha, a shield against all kinds of difficulties, fears, sorrows, conflict, etc. But then suppose I don't do Karma Yoga, what will happen? That we'll find out tomorrow. Not very nice. Okay? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo